On the morning of November 4, 2018, 40-year-old Tamla Horsford was found dead in the backyard of a home in Cumming, Georgia. Her lifeless body was discovered by the homeowner, who immediately called the authorities. The night before, she had attended an all-women's mom's night out sleepover party with 7 other women and 3 men. The gathering was meant to be a fun and relaxing evening. What initially appeared to be a tragic accident soon became a controversial case, raising questions about race, bias, and justice. The community was divided, and the investigation faced intense scrutiny. Tamla, a mother of 5, had been invited by her friend Jean Myers to the gathering. According to reports, the evening was filled with drinking, card games, and socializing. Tamla was described as outgoing and cheerful throughout the night. She was the only black woman at the party, which would later become a significant point of public discussion. The next morning at around 7:30 a.m., one of the homeowners found Tamla's lifeless body face down in the backyard. She was still wearing her pajamas. The initial autopsy determined that she died from blunt force trauma consistent with a fall from the second-story deck. Authorities ruled her death an accident, suggesting she fell after drinking heavily. However, several inconsistencies in the case raised eyebrows, leading to widespread speculation and doubt. Tamla's injuries, which included multiple abrasions, lacerations, and a broken wrist, seemed more severe than what might result from a simple fall, raising questions about the true cause of her injuries. Her blood alcohol level was high, indicating she had been drinking heavily that night, but friends and family argued that Tamla, an experienced drinker, would not have been so intoxicated that she'd accidentally fall. Witness accounts also conflicted, adding to the mystery. Some partygoers claimed they didn't hear or see anything unusual that night, while others gave contradictory statements about Tamla's behavior, further complicating the investigation. Additionally, evidence collection was criticized. There were reports that potential witnesses were allowed to leave the scene before being thoroughly questioned, which many believe hindered the investigation. The case gained national attention in 2020 amid heightened awareness of racial inequality in the justice system. The tragic death of Tamla Horsford became a symbol of the broader issues of racial injustice and police accountability. Many speculated whether Tamla's race played a role in how her death was handled. The public outcry was fueled by perceived inconsistencies and a lack of transparency in the initial investigation. Her family called for further investigation, believing foul play may have been involved. They were determined to seek justice and answers, rallying support from the community and activists. In 2021, the case was reopened by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, following the mounting pressure and new evidence presented by the family's legal team. But it was closed again with no new charges or findings. The decision left many questions unanswered, and the family, along with their supporters, continued to push for justice. In this chapter, we will delve deeper into the forensic analysis of Tamla Horsford's injuries, examining expert opinions on whether the injuries are consistent with a fall or suggest foul play. The autopsy report revealed multiple blunt force injuries, including lacerations, abrasions, and a broken wrist, which raised questions about the circumstances of her death. Some forensic experts argue that the pattern of injuries is consistent with a fall from a significant height, while others point out anomalies that could indicate an altercation or foul play. Additionally, we will explore the legal proceedings that followed. The handling of evidence by law enforcement came under scrutiny, with allegations of mishandling and potential tampering. Discrepancies in witness testimonies further complicated the case. Some witnesses reported hearing a scream on the night of the party, while others claimed they saw nothing unusual. These conflicting accounts added to the controversy and fueled suspicions of a cover-up. The legal challenges faced by Tamla's family were immense. Despite their relentless pursuit of justice, the case was closed once again without new charges. However, the family's determination and the support from the community and activists have kept the conversation alive, pushing for a re-examination of the evidence and a transparent investigation. As we piece together the forensic analysis and legal proceedings, it becomes clear that Tamla Horsford's case is far from resolved. The quest for truth and justice continues, leaving a lasting impact on those who seek answers and accountability. Gap 3S. In the wake of Tamla Horsford's tragic and controversial case, it is crucial to acknowledge that hers is not an isolated incident. This chapter will delve into similar cases where race and justice have been questioned, drawing parallels that highlight systemic issues within the criminal justice system. One such case is that of Sandra Bland, a young African-American woman who was found dead in her jail cell in 2015, 3 days after being arrested during a traffic stop in Texas. Her death, ruled a suicide, sparked widespread outrage and protests, with many pointing to inconsistencies and alleged misconduct by law enforcement. Another case is that of Kendrick Johnson, a high school student whose body was discovered in a rolled-up gym mat in 2013. Initially ruled an accidental death, Kendrick's case was reopened multiple times due to persistent questions about the thoroughness and integrity of the investigation, as well as allegations of a cover-up. These cases, along with Tamla Horsford's, underscore the broader conversations about race, privilege, and accountability in America's criminal justice system. They highlight the disparities in how cases involving people of color are often perceived and handled by authorities. Public perception and policy changes have been significantly impacted by these cases. The rise of movements like Black Lives Matter has brought national attention to issues of police brutality, racial profiling, and the need for comprehensive criminal justice reform. Community activism and social media campaigns continue to play a vital role in keeping these stories in the public eye, advocating for transparency, accountability, and justice. As we draw parallels between these tragic cases, it becomes evident that the fight for justice is ongoing. Tamla Horsford's case, along with others, serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of persistent advocacy and the need for systemic change. The quest for truth and justice not only honors the memory of those who have tragically lost their lives but also paves the way for a more equitable and just society. Gap 3S. In this chapter we will feature interviews with Tamla Horsford's family, friends, and legal experts. We will also include personal stories from other families who have faced similar tragedies, highlighting the emotional toll and the fight for justice. Audio clip Tamla's family member. It's been incredibly hard for us. We lost someone so dear and we still have so many unanswered questions. We just want the truth. Audio clip legal expert. There are significant gaps and inconsistencies in the investigation of Tamla Horsford's case. The legal system must address these issues to restore faith in justice. Audio clip friend of Tamla. Tamla was a light in our lives. Her death has left a void that can never be filled. We need answers, not just for us, but for her memory. Audio clip, family member from a similar case. Our family has been through a similar ordeal. The pain never goes away, but we fight every day for justice, for accountability, and for change. These voices are not just echoes of grief, but also calls to action. They remind us of the human cost of systemic failures and the enduring strength of those who seek justice. Through their stories, we are reminded of the importance of perseverance, community support, and the unyielding quest for truth. As we listen to these poignant testimonies, it becomes clear that the fight for justice is far from over. The emotional toll is immense, but so is the resilience and determination of those left behind. Their courage fuels the ongoing battle for a more just and equitable society. These stories of loss, love, and relentless pursuit of justice serve as a powerful testament to the human spirit. They inspire us to continue advocating for systemic change and to honor the memories of those who have been tragically lost. Gap 3S. Gap 2S. In the wake of Tamla Horsford's tragic death, communities across the nation have rallied together, seeking justice not just for Tamla but for all those who have faced similar injustices. Grassroots organizations, social media campaigns, and community leaders have played a crucial role in keeping Tamla's story alive and pushing for answers. The collective efforts of these communities have brought significant attention to the case, urging authorities to re-examine the evidence and address the inconsistencies. These mobilizations have also sparked broader discussions about systemic issues within the criminal justice system, particularly concerning race and privilege. Audio clip community activist. We stand together to demand justice for Tamla Horsford and to highlight the disparities that exist in our justice system. This is not just about one case, it's about ensuring fairness and accountability for all. Support has poured in from various corners, with people organizing fundraisers, vigils, and awareness campaigns. These efforts have not only provided emotional and financial support to Tamla's family, but have also strengthened the resolve of many to continue fighting for justice and equity. Audio clip community member. The support from our community has been overwhelming. It gives us hope and strength to keep pushing for the truth and for systemic change. As we move forward, it is crucial to remember that community mobilization and support play an essential role in bringing about change. By standing together, raising our voices, and taking action, we can help ensure that justice is served and that no family has to endure such pain without answers. Gap 2S. The story of Tamla Horsford is a stark reminder of the power of community and the importance of solidarity in the face of adversity. Through continued advocacy, support, and awareness, we can honor Tamla's memory and work towards a more just and equitable society. Gap 3S. To this day, many believe Tamla Horsford's death remains suspicious, leaving her family and advocates demanding justice and transparency. Her case continues to be a symbol of the broader conversations about race, privilege, and accountability in America's criminal justice system.